Fearless, relentless, exciting, leader. This is how the College of New Rochelle women's basketball guard Alyssa Pechin has been described. Just over a year ago, she became the 6th player in program history to reach 1,000 career points and the first since 1986. There's no doubt this was a special milestone, but what makes it so remarkable is that Pechin, who is listed as just 5 feet tall, has managed to eclipse the mark and lead her team to success despite suffering a frightening and serious injury. Now a senior and known for taking charges against players of much greater physical stature, Pechin had not only broken her back, fracturing the L4 vertebrae, but also bruised her kidneys in a game against Albertus Magnus in the Blue Angel tip-off tournament at her home court on November 18, 2012, during her sophomore campaign.
Well, I'm not the type to let anybody get a wide open layup at all, ever. Doesn't matter if you're bigger than me, smaller than me, faster than me. Like, I'm gonna beat you down the court and I'm not gonna let you get that layup.
That was precisely the mentality she took into that game and that play, as she does every day. This time, as the opposing player drove to the basket, she contested as always.
And she went up, and I went up with both hands so she wouldn't, because a lot of people are stronger than me. I went up with both hands so she wouldn't get the ball up, and she pushed off with her arm, and I fell right on my back and then hit my head. And I kept playing, like, they called the foul on me. It's fine.
She remained in the game and kept playing despite serious pain and discomfort. At one point, she even asked her teammates if she should ask to be taken out.
This is the first injury. I've had so many injuries, and this is the first one I actually cried after a game because it hurt so bad. Like, I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't walk.
The next day, she visited the College of New Rochelle Health Services and spoke with her trainer, who sent her to the hospital, where she learned the exact nature of her injuries, which would sideline her for 6 weeks.
I was sore for a while, and obviously I couldn't do any cardio, I couldn't lift, I couldn't do anything, so I was really, really far behind. And even mentally, like, I was on pain medication for a while. Like, I would be at practice and I would fall asleep because I was on medication, but I had to go. And I went in the gym extra hours. Like, I'd come to practice, but I was limited for a while. And now I wear a protective vest that, like, it has a pad down my spine, has pads where my kidneys are, just in case, because if it happens again, you never know. It was a self-healing process though, so there wasn't much I could do. I just had to let it be for about 6 weeks.
Pechin describes this time as extremely frustrating, especially as the captain.
I couldn't shoot. My coach wouldn't even let me, like, stand around in practice. Like, I had to sit down. Couldn't do anything. Going into games, I couldn't help with drills. It kind of tore me apart. I was like, I can't do anything for this team, even though it's supposed to be me doing it for the team.
She got through the hard times of not being able to contribute as she normally did. To her, the most difficult part was the process of seeing all the doctors and getting cleared to play, but she had to.
Watching them practice every day, like, you could see the struggle, because being the point guard, you're the leader on the floor. Like, captain or not, I'm the person that you go here, you go there. So I still have my voice there, and they still listen to me whether I was on the court or not. So I feel like they helped me through because I had to push through for them.
6 weeks after the injury, she felt fine, but still wears a protective vest. It has a pad down her spine and pads where her kidneys are as extra protection. Despite the injury and the precautions, when asked if she's still stepping in to take charges, she simply nods her head, grins, and says,
like 3 games.
What keeps her going is simply her attitude. She doesn't feel size matters in basketball. She knows she's small, but will take a charge against anyone and never feels intimidated. Is there ever a time that you feel intimidated?
No.
Why not?
It's not in me. Like, my passion is basketball, and if, like, I give everything in every game. This girl that is 6 feet tall and, like, 180 doesn't think I'm going to stand in front of her if she's sprinting at me, but I will not move and I will not flinch. And I love that because no one expects it ever.
Pechin's attitude hasn't gone unnoticed either, especially by the College of New Rochelle Director of Athletics, Harold Crocker.
Well, I'll tell you, she's been obviously a welcome addition to our program. It's changed dramatically for the better since she's been here. She's dynamic. She really is a go-getter. Fearless is a great word. If you see her take a charge from the sidelines, you always get nervous that she's just a tiny person, but huge heart, huge competitor, and really been a big plus for us at CNR.
Pechin calls her 1,000th point the biggest individual accomplishment she's had in her entire life. But with the injury behind her now, she and her squad have their sights set on even bigger things. But she'll have to do it with a team that consists of 8 newcomers as she, junior guard Janasia King, and senior forward Jaliyah Ellis are the only returning players from last year's squad that finished 16-9 and won the HVAC tournament title. As expected, Pechin doesn't see their youth as an issue.
I love the fact that they're young. They take criticism well, which is a good thing. Like we can press them about things, but they get it. And they understand the game well, which you don't expect from freshmen. Like every single one of them gets in there and they listen, they're intent, they're focused, and they do what they have to do. They're determined to be the way that we were last year, because it's like they've a certain level of expectations to live up to, and we set that bar for them. And I love the fact that we have all freshmen, because I can walk away from the season knowing that if we win or like we get to ECACs and we accomplish all those things, that they're going to carry with them for the next 4 years. It's like I want to be our league champions and also repeat being like the HVIAC champions. I think we're more than capable of that, and I feel like there's nobody that's going to stand in our way this year. With this team, we have so much talent, so much more than previous years, that I feel like we're just going to keep growing.
Anyone knows about standing in someone's way? It's Pechin.